Okay, looks like I have a game night coming up. So all of my players know how to play, but they're not gonna have their cards. Now normally I would just do a commander battle box, because I have a couple of those, but there's a lot of people coming and I don't have a battle box that's that large. Not to mention the fact that you can't get that many commander games in one evening, and some folks are gonna be getting there late while others are gonna have to leave early. So I need to make sure that we get a lot of games in so people can get at least 2 or 3 games before they leave. And there will be a couple folks who will be there from the beginning of the night to the end, so variance would probably be a good thing to have. And I think I have a solution, but it needs a refresh. It's my Jumpstart BattleBox. Jumpstart is a unique, limited format where players select 2 themed booster packs, shuffle them together, and start playing. It's a great way to experience the game's diversity and explore new strategies, all without having to build a deck. And a BattleBox is a collection of cards designed for games with friends or at a local game store, and it can be multiplayer or one-on-one. It's a fun way to have a balanced and varied gaming experience without having to constantly buy new cards. And one of the benefits to a Jumpstart BattleBox is that it has an even higher level of variance. Also, the games are a bit faster, so you're more likely to get more games in an evening. One of the first videos I made for this channel was a how to make a Jumpstart BattleBox video. And I said in that video, and I still believe it today, that Jumpstart is the best format when introducing new players to the game. And a big reason for that is it removes deck building, which I think is one of the largest barriers to entry for new players. Because building a deck is an entirely different skill set than playing the game of Magic, and Jumpstart removes that. 2 players, 4 packs, you smash them together, and you play some Magic. It can't get much simpler than that. The first thing I need to do is pick a box to be my battle box. Now, a quick clarification, there is a format called BattleBox, but it's not particularly popular. No offense to those who like it and enjoy it. I'm sure it's a wonderful format, but I've always called boxes where you put decks in them to play against each other battle boxes. That's what I've always known them as. I didn't even know the battle box format existed. I do know sometimes people call battle boxes gauntlets because they are decks, gauntlets of decks. I'm not sure if there is a gauntlet format. I couldn't find anything on that information. If you have more information on that, please let me know in the comments. But that's what I've always called these, is battle boxes. And for my previous Jumpstart battle box, I used the Ultimate Card Archive 800+. This has done very well for me, but this time I need more space, and also space for dice and tokens, and this ain't gonna cut it. I was going to use this Potamajig from Hit Point Press's second Kickstarter for Cuba Jigs. It's essentially a box to hold a cube. I was gonna use this for my Jumpstart Gauntlet battle box, whatever you wanna call it, but I found something a little better. Lucky for me, I have this Omni Hive that I've had sitting around that's just empty and not really doing anything. I think this will be perfect for my Jumpstart battle box, because not only can it hold more cards than the Archive 400+, but also it can do so and still have room for dice and counters. You could use any box for this. A shoebox would work. As long as it can hold 10 to 12 Jumpstart packs, I would call that good. And if you're on a budget, then you can be done at this point. But I want to go a step further. Years ago, I picked up a couple of sets of these Cuba Jigs. They're from Jigs, or Hit Point Press, I believe is the company. They make Jigs, which are tokens, essentially. But these are Cuba Jigs, and these were specifically made for cube drafting. That's where you basically pull together a bunch of cards and you recreate the draft experience. It's a whole thing. I could do a whole video on it. Links in the description down below with more information on that. But Cuba Jigs also work great for Jumpstart packs because they fit 20 single-sleeve cards or 15 double-sleeve cards. And since a Jumpstart pack is 20 cards, this fits them perfectly. Hit Point Press did a Kickstarter about 1.5 years, 2 years ago of the second versions of these, which I backed, and we just got the rewards from that Kickstarter just a couple weeks ago. In fact, that's where that Potamajig box came from that I mentioned earlier. I haven't tried the new packs yet. I'm going to be doing an entirely different review video on those, so keep an eye out for that. I'll definitely be using some of the old ones as well as some of the new ones that I received for my Jumpstart BattleBox. There's also a company called Burger Tokens. They also have little packets like these, and the benefit to the Burger Token boxes is you can get them in varying sizes. So if you wanted to double sleeve your Jumpstart packs, then you could get the Burger Tokens, and they have packs that can fit 20 120 double-sleeved cards. That's an option as well. Dragon Shield has a version of these, though they have been getting negative reviews. I don't know if they've come out with a new version of those. I'm gonna have to get my hands on those to try out and do some testing with that, and that I will do at some point in the future when I get around to it. Now I need to sleeve these suckers. This is where the price can get a little out of hand, because if you're sleeving 54 Jumpstart packs like I am, then the price can range from $77 to $120 depending on what sleeve I'm using. I do try to use a sleeve that is fairly easy to get a hold of. I like these Dragon Shield matte black sleeves because you can basically find them everywhere. But this time, since I'm doing a refresh, I decided to do something a little different, and I'm going with the Cortex sleeves, if for no other reason that I just have a ton of them lying around. Thank you again, Ultimate Guard. But the other benefit to these is they're cheaper, and you can sleeve a lot of cards with these for a lot less money, and it's not like you're going to a tournament or anything. This battle box is just for you and your friend, so just pick a color you like and you're good to go. Also, I'm finding these in a lot of game stores that I've been going into, so it seems like these are fairly readily available at this point as well. And again, you could go super budget here and just not use any sleeves. I do recommend against that a little bit if you plan to ever resell any of the high dollar cards that are in this, or if you want it to last a good long time, but it's entirely up to you. This brings up a question I got a lot with the previous video, which is, well, what do you do when you're done at the end of the night and you have these cards, these packs all smashed together? What happens then? Well, you put them back into their packs. It's honestly not that hard. 9 times out of 10, the packs I picked would be different colors. There it was really easy, and in the rare event where I came across an artifact that could go in either, well, I just hop online and look up the deck list. Like, you could do a numbering system, I guess, and put a little slip of paper with a number in this title card sheet, and then in every card have just a little slip of paper with that number on it, so that way you could put them together, but I never saw a need to go that deep into it. There definitely are other ways, just having the list of cards or just leaving it to chance like I have. I really don't see this being anywhere near as complicated as cleaning up a board game like Gloomhaven. So yeah, this is pretty simple by comparison. And here it is, my new and improved Jumpstart BattleBox, all ready for Saturday night. My future plan is to make another Jumpstart BattleBox, but with all custom Jumpstart packs that I make myself. It's one thing I love about Jumpstart, you can build your own packs. Didn't I just say at the beginning of the video that Jumpstart is great for beginners because it removes deck building? Well, yeah, and Jumpstart is great for experienced players because you can build your own decks. Seriously, Jumpstart is an excellent format for new and old players alike. You know what else is really good for new and old players alike? That right there. Go click on that. So my first step is to not run into anything.
This show is part of the CIP network, inspiring creativity, one episode at a time.
The Infinity Gauntlet.